After so long, it's great to be able to welcome you all back to the first in a whole new batch of Whoniverse database episodes. And I thought this time we'd really embrace what this series is about, helping people to understand and learn about the different aspects of the Doctor Who universe. So for that reason, Ghostlight is the subject of today's video. Often called one of the most confusing stories in all of Who, I hope this video will help to give you a better understanding of what transpired in that story and just exactly what the deal was with Light's expedition to Earth. Many thousands of years ago, an alien expedition arrived on Earth. Its leader was an Eternal known simply as Light. I covered the Eternals in a previous video, so I won't go into detail on them here. Light was able to change his physical form and was also accompanied on his travels by two unnamed aliens whose original form is unknown. They were simply called Control and Survey. After the expedition had catalogued all life on ancient Earth, things began to evolve which angered Light, as it meant his hard work making the catalogue would soon become redundant. For an unknown reason, Light went into hibernation in his ship and Survey mutinied. Survey, as his name suggests, had been intended to explore the planet with Light and survey what was found. He decided to break away from the expedition and lived on Earth for many centuries, evolving into near copies of the dominant species until 1883, where he took on the form of a Victorian gentleman. Through all this, Control was locked away in the ship, becoming a literal scientific control variable. By the 1880s, an explorer named Redvers Fen Cooper discovered the ship while in Africa. He witnessed some part of Light's power and went mad. The ship was somehow moved to the cellar of the house Gabriel Chase in Perivale, London, where Survey returned and took over the household after murdering the original owner and brainwashing his wife and daughter to believe they are in fact Survey's relatives. Survey had by this point fully evolved into a human form and now went by the name Josiah Samuel Smith. Josiah used his house staff to keep the maddened Redvers Fen Cooper imprisoned within the house so he could condition him and use his hunting skills and association with the royal family to plot an assassination of Queen Victoria and take over the British Empire. Josiah also had a Neanderthal manservant called Nimrod, who was a specimen taken from the Stone Age by the expedition and reawakened centuries later. In 1883, the 7th Doctor takes Ace to the house, which she burned down as a kid 100 years in the future after her friend was killed. Somehow the Doctor knew something was odd about the house and doesn't tell Ace at first. Ace quickly finds out though, after which the Doctor explains that he wanted Ace to face her fears about the place. Events begin to escalate however, and the Doctor has to focus on the threat at hand. Josiah's assassination plot is reaching fruition, and in the basement Ace almost wakes Light from his hibernation. Josiah is also evolving into a new form, adding to the old humanoid husks in the basement that were once him. And on top of all this, the Control creature escapes from the basement and fully awakens Light, setting him loose upon the house and Josiah. While Ace helps Control evolve into a Victorian lady, a three-way battle takes place between Light, his former Survey operative, and the Doctor. Josiah's assassination plot is thwarted when Redvers cancels his agreement to be the assassin, and Control burns the royal invitation that would have allowed Josiah to get Redvers close to Queen Victoria to kill her. Light has realised where he is and is enraged at how much life on Earth has evolved, making his catalogue even more obsolete. He begins killing the house staff and studies them to see how the human body functions.
I wanted to see how it works, so I dismantled it.
He also forcibly devolved an inspector, turning him into a primordial soup, as well as turning the only living relatives of the mansion's original owners, Gwendolyn and Mrs. Pritchard, to stone to stop them changing. He even goes as far as to arm his ship to cause a firestorm that would have wiped out all life on Earth. No life, no more evolution, ruining his hard work. The Doctor was able to force Light into dispersing himself by convincing him that he could not even prevent himself from evolving. The Doctor, Ace, Redvers, Nimrod and Control were then able to shut down the firestorm and save the Earth. Control, Nimrod and Redvers leave Earth behind to explore the stars in Light's spaceship, with a now devolved and helpless Josiah as prisoner in the same way Control used to be. The Doctor and Ace leave the mansion knowing that life on Earth is safe and the history of the British Empire is secured, and the true secret of why Gabriel Chase is supposedly haunted in the 20th century after Light's presence has left a psychic imprint within the walls. So there you go. Once you have all the information, one of Doctor Who's most obtuse and confusing stories is, in fact, not that much more complex than any other episode of the classic series. I think Ghostlight's read-between-the-lines approach to storytelling is pretty unique in this era of the show, and it is one of my favourites. Let me know if this video helped you understand what the soldy time flight hell happened in this story. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back not too late from now with another one of these videos, which will be about... and you know what, I'm going to keep it a secret until the video goes out. That way you'll have to watch it to know what it's about. Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening. See you in the next video. Bye bye, fellow nerds.